Hey everybody, don't get anxious, get prepared. Your career engineer right here. Hey, and today, first day of the month, I want to come in here and give y'all some tips and some tricks and some things that you can do. I'm hearing myself. Uh-oh. Here we go. That's what happens when you have your other thing on while you're watching yourself. See, so lesson in point, this is live. I'm not even going to bleep that one out. It happens. I had my little YouTube on while I was talking to y'all. Okay, let's start over. Here we go. So listen, today, like to come on live to my different platforms to talk about some job search tips and tricks. I've got some questions that people have submitted to me, and then I'm going to answer them. But if you have a question or comment or anything like that, I want to take them live while I'm here. Let's see if I can be a blessing to you. So you know how we roll in TCE. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you right now. Get your pen and paper for them low-tech folks. Get your devices to take notes for the high-tech folks. We are coming right back. Check it out. I told you, it don't take me long to come right back. So listen, so welcome again. Monday Q&A, Ask the Career Engineer, whatever you like to call. This is something we like to do to share once a month or so, just to be a blessing and to be able to help empower and to motivate folks on a Monday. Those of you who catch me live, I will take your questions, put them in the comment, make sure you subscribe and don't miss anything. So when we do these kind of things, you'll be notified. Those of you who catch us later, you can still send me a comment after and I will check it out. But again, make sure you check us out everywhere. TCEnow.com is where you find us. And let's get down and share what's going on. I've got some questions from folks who have submitted them by email or on, social media or whatever they did it. And that was cool. So let me get the first one. I had a couple folks talk about this, about job offers being rescinded or job offers being revoked. And is that really happening? And what's the skinny on that? And why is this happening with 11 million jobs open? And the keyword is seriously, yeah, it's happening. Well, it happened before. It's getting a little bit more prominence now. Why are companies doing this? Well, for a few, it could be economics. For many, it's not. It could be something else. Maybe it's the way and I can't really, I'm going to keep these answers generic. But what I have, people who are close to what I'm going to do, how the other news people who are close or familiar with the situation have said is things such as, maybe there's the way that they're assessing. Last year it was quick, fast, in a hurry. Get people in the seats, do some online testing, do a quick interview. We got to fill these seats. Just get that warm body in there. And it didn't matter what type of company you were working for the womb to the tomb, high tech, low tech, it didn't matter. Now, with that quit rate being that 4 million folks and the job opening rate being 11 million folks, companies aren't just wanting that revolving seat, right? That revolving door. So they're taking a little bit more time, but being a little bit more thorough too. And they're still using the tools that they used way back when, right? I mean, old ways of assessing you and then the new apps and the new ways of doing testing and presentation, asking you to come back one more time and another time and things of that nature. And so they can get a really good assessment and feeling about you. Yeah. Imagine that. The likability factor is still alive and well. Okay. And that's always been the deal. People hire people they know, like, and trust. Keyword is know, like, and trust, right? As well, of course, experience and training and everything matters. But yeah, people are rescinding jobs. And then you do know, folks, all of you folks who are very active on this internet and you like to put your opinions out there, I'm just telling you, you are Googleable. They will Google you. And if there's something they see that might misalign or not line up, or it was kind of anti to their culture or convictions or what have you, they have a right to rescind. I mean, particularly if you're at an at-will state too, but that's a whole nother level. So these things are happening. So be careful what you put out there online. I say it all the time. Sometimes it can be economic. Maybe a contract came in, maybe a contract didn't get renewed, and they may have to just do some waiting games, but you can lose that offer. So be careful about that and just be aware. You know what? Perhaps that's one of them questions you should ask in the interview. Ask about the sustainability of the company. What's their most pressing issue? When will you make the decision? Is this a firm offer? Those are some great questions you can ask folks. This question here, which I thought, well, I'm jumping ahead, but this question here about, is accountability the same thing as being toxic? I was on television and this person saw me talking about, having a tough love moment with employers, right? Managers and employers, and I've been kind of hard on them. And I don't mean to be hard. I'm not. I'm just trying to get y'all to just adapt a little bit, right? And is accountability the same as being toxic? And again, this particular question came from someone who gave me a little bit of background. They have employees, they're managing employees. You still got to have output, you still got to have outcomes, you still got to have production to make money. And someone wasn't holding their water, right? They just wasn't doing it. So they held them accountable. And the person had almost a response, and of course quit. That it was spreading the rumor this is a toxic work environment. So let me share this, and to everyone's, again, keeping this kind of general, but it's a great question from the supervisors or people that hire. And this is why I believe that when people become managers, whether you're the first level supervisor or you're a seasoned manager for a long, long time, it's still good to have additional training, some more professional development on the art of communication, diplomacy, policy, governance, all those things, engagement, and positive environments. I'm a big fan of accountability. Truth be told, I've been told I'm a little difficult to work with. Why? Because I like to get the job done. I'm a big get it done kind of girl. I'm not a real touchy feely. Folks who know me know that's who I am. And I don't pretend to be that way if we're working together. But I tell you what, when we play hard and we work hard, we have a good time when we're done. So that's where culture comes involved. So I am a big fan of accountability. If there is no outcome, there is no income. So folks need to tighten up a little bit and just kind of don't take it personal. But if you're not doing a great job, your employer has a right to tell you that. And but in a way to help you to do a better job. Like, more now folks are saying kind of the performance evaluation and employee employer relationships should be more like the coach, right? For those of you who play sports, I know there are people who never played sports in this world now. But my point, and I used to, so my coach used to get in my face and say all kind of stuff. But it got me so mad and angry that I became, a winning champion, right, back in the day. So it should be like a performance coach, right, that type of thing. And all of you guys love your life coaches and all this stuff. I would hope they're holding you accountable, but it's the way you hold people accountable. So that type of thing, not that we got to have this business. This is business. You are paid for a service that's going to have to make money. If they're not making money, then they can't pay you to not make money. So that's the real business sense. But accountability means it's like how you do it and how maybe there is some corrective action. Maybe there is some coaching to help someone to get on board. But here's the big deal. Make sure when you hire these folks that they can do the job, that they have the capacity and the capability and the desire and the drive and the moxie and the mojo and those intangible things that's really hard to assess. You gotta find a way to make sure if you need folks with drive and ambition and you're hiring someone that has a lot of tech but no drive and ambition, but your company culture is about, guess what? Drive and ambition, you may have the wrong person working in your environment. So the accountability does start with assessment. It does start with evaluation, and it does start with effective communication, so you can hold people accountable, but just do it in a nice way. Okay. Unless they get their hands in the cookie jar, then you got to do something different. But I wanted to make sure that the employers knew I'm in your corner, been there, done that, but I have been told I'm difficult to work with. And I say, thank you, because I'm just saying that's just the way it is. All right. So here's a big thing. Here's another question. This was really cool, I thought. And I hope you guys are receiving those who catch us live and those that catch us later. In fact, let me tell you, I should have I don't guess I'll have my email here, but tcenow.com is our website. You can just hit me up with an email, info@tcenow, right? info@tcenow. And that's how you can reach out to us if you have a question that we can use in our first of the month when we come and do our Monday Q&A, which normally happens the Monday of the first of the month. So we can maybe have your question up here. Let's see. The other question I got was about this whole cycle, the world that we're in. Is this going to last forever? That's coming from the entrepreneur, the employee, and the hiring managers. Will this big quit be forever? Because there are companies who are, they're having a tough time. Not everyone can be remote. Not everyone can work, app for that. There's companies that lay brick and do plumbing and lay floors, and you're at the grocery store and all those essential services that we all were when we were locked down. We need them essential services to continue. Well, you can't do those remote. So, is this going to last forever? I've been saying this from day one, that it won't last forever, that the tide is going to turn. The tide will turn. And last month, last time we had our job opening and labor, turnover, the job openings went down a little bit, like 100,000 jobs. It's still 11.3 million at the last report. But, things went down, and now we're having this whole talk about economics and recession and inflation and what the folks much smarter than me, what they're thinking about with what's happening. So I'm saying nothing lasts forever. That's just wisdom and things. Y'all hear something? There's people in the back. All right, just letting you know. So that's wisdom. It's not going to last forever. So, but instead of you worried and being anxious about it, be prepared for it. So if you're thinking of making a move, you might want to make sure you're strategically thinking about making that move and get your stuff in a row. Maybe you have a better deal if you stay and learn how to manage whatever needs to be managed, as long as you're not in a hostile, violent type of workplace. That, when I talk about accountability, I'm not talking about, okay, your boss just hurt your feelings. Well, this happens. I've hurt people's feelings, but I say, okay, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but you still didn't do the job. I need you to do better. I mean, this is me. So don't work for me if you can't handle that. But I reward you well, but I got to get you to do your work. So anyway, this won't last forever. It's going to go back to being an employer market. I don't know when, but it will. So if you're kind of just floating around and not being serious about your next steps, you need to get serious about it, because it will change. And that way, when it does change, you'll be ready for it versus, that getting ready for it. So at the end of the day, what we are seeing and what some of the questions that kind of came in for all of us, retention and recruiting is still a struggle. It's still a struggle. There are ways to reduce the struggle. I mean, flexibility at the workplace, positive environments, engagement. Yes, earnings are important. Pay people what they're worth. I mean, if you're an eight-figure company, why are you paying folks like $10 an hour? I mean, let's just get some equity in there. Culture matters. Corporate culture, they're making all the noise. Corporate culture does matter. And when I mean corporate culture, I mean, like I said, I might be an alpha type of person, and my culture is going to be an alpha type of place. If you're not an alpha type of person, you might not want to work at my place, right? So that type of thing is what I'm talking about, and things of that nature. But listen, things will, here's what I can tell you that will always be true. Change is permanent. Change will be coming. Something is going to change. The best way to be prepped for is to go ahead and get yourself in position. Make sure your purpose is on point. Get yourself in position and be ready for the change, whatever it is, to be ready for the change. This is one of the reasons why, and this I believe is going to continue forever. I do. I mean, the way we define values and the way we're rethinking work-life happiness or work-life joy, that's a process. That is something that I think should have happened a long time ago anyway. I mean, wouldn't you love to do what you are doing, right? Don't you want to love to go to where you're going? We understand it won't be perfect. It's not utopia, but at least it gives you that 80-20 of something. Who wants to go to somewhere they hate? No one wants that. So there should be this thing about the values and rethinking work-life balance, rethinking, finding out if companies have, are they sustainable? Is the workload maintainable? And looking for your meaningful work. That's what we all want. And I want that too, even though it's almost lunchtime. I want that too. So listen, I want everyone to have a fantastic week. We thank you for watching us today. Again, catch the replay on the platform that you enjoy. Okay, here for our TCE Mondays. We'll be here next first Monday of the month next month, taking your questions, your live questions and answers, as well as providing you with some of the information that folks have submitted to us. Join.tce.com. That's our network. We have our community, the TCE community. We invite you to join. Join.tcenow.com. If you do join, you get to hang out with yours truly a lot. But more importantly, you get some great value and some savings if you decide to have career coaching or services by yours truly. And the networking is amazing, right? Real people wanting to change Monday morning. So listen, you all be blessed. Stay safe. That's very important. I want you all to stay safe. And remember, don't get anxious. Get prepared. We will see you next time. Be blessed.